For sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
fam.
We just had our audio engineer leave the room.
Ooh,
I know
mystery guy.
mystery man. He doesn't really want to be shouted out, but
Correct.
we're still going to shout him out. Shout out Isaac. This is the power of like connecting and I think documenting your journey and
Absolutely.
sharing it as well. Because Isaac and I met in first year uni, which was 4 years ago,
Yep. That's crazy.
which is ridiculous.
That's crazy.
That is literally ridiculous.
Ridiculous. But good morning, guys. How are you? How are we?
It could be good morning, afternoon, or night.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, if you're listening to it at different times, up to you, whatever the flow is for you. How are we? How are you? You're probably 4 episodes in now, which is insane. The fact that we're already 4 episodes in is wild. But you can see we've had a bit of a upgrade to the setup.
Wow.
We've had our amazing audio engineer, Isaac, come in and kind of change some things, suggest some things, edit some stuff, and it's looking schmick and schmack. And
it is.
Hopefully it sounds really good too.
I think, yeah, hopefully it sounds really good. Isaac approached us sort of off of a whim. Actually, he slid in very, very well. I'll break it down for you. Dun, 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 dun. Social media reference, by the way. Yeah, so I bought these pants that I'm literally wearing right now from Hypnotism Studio, no gatekeeping. Please support them. They are incredible. Found them in a little store called Compound Garments in Vietnam when I went in May. And oh my God, I love them. Just so baggy, perfect cut. Especially for me, I feel like a little bit shorter, but also very stocky build. Like, love to go to the gym, big quads, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So need those baggy pants just to even up the proportions a little bit and just to flatter my body that little bit more. So got these pants, posted on the story, obviously. Had to get the fit pick up and Isaac slid in and said, "My man, where'd you get those pants from?" To which I answered, Hypnotism Garments. Like, definitely go, studio. Definitely go there and support them. Support small businesses. I'm glitching this morning.
Glitch, my man.
Little glitch. I needed some caffeine, I reckon. But then he proposed the idea of helping us out with any like audio engineering and stuff with control, to which I was like, wow, perfect timing. We're about to launch a podcast. So
it's a sign, guys.
It is a sign. Definitely put, I guess, yourself out there. Make sure you are nice to people as well. We're not throwing around shade or hate or anything. Just trying to be positive and documenting the journey, because you will start to attract the people that gravitate towards that and want to help you along the way. And we obviously want to help Isaac out when he's starting out. So yeah, just a quick little shout out piece for our beautiful audio engineer.
I know. Ta-da! Oh, we can't do the sound
I know, literally. So actually, we're firing him next episode because we will miss our clap.
Audio cheers and audience and whatever.
But the setup's really nice. Like, we've got these little side tables. We've got the boom arms.
Mics and everything.
Shout out to
Road.
Shout out to Road.
Yes.
So again, I don't know if I mentioned it in earlier episodes, but Road, they were at the Melbourne Fitness Expo this year. And I was like, oh my God, like the Road store is so cool. Like, they were selling colored mics and everything, which I think was so unique for especially the fitness community. Like, people are obviously looking to do a bit more mic'd up content, a bit more education and tutorial work for their clients. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, what are they doing here? And they were giving away a podcasting kit. So I applied, scanned the QR code, and next minute I get this email and they're like, you've won. And I was like, holy shit, literally insane. So shout out to Rode. If you do want to buy any of the equipment that we are using, I'll link them below. If you actually purchase through that link, it helps us out as well. It gives me a bit of kickback. So definitely, shout out to Rode for them. I've used it through my whole podcasting journey. From the very get-go. I remember like scouring Marketplace for the Procaster and like buying all the Rode pod mics, and just I accumulated 4, which is really, really nice. And just to have them almost like full circle send their newest version over is like a blessing, really.
It's a sign.
100%.
All a sign that this podcast is meant to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Isaac, Rode, us like banding together as well has been, really, really incredible. But today's topic is living together, dating, and running a business.
I know.
I feel like I think it's nice to sort of touch on this each month as well. It's like a nice 4-week update. Like, Are we at ends with each other? Are we about to kill each other?
When were we? We were last week.
We were last week.
We were feeling it last week.
Yeah.
But then this week has been like a bit of a lock-in, but also a bit of a chill, but also a bit of a whoa.
Yeah, you're sort of like smelling the roses and seeing like the
How
result of
everything's
all the hard
going.
work and everything, which
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
always so good. So let's cover maybe bit by bit how it's all going. So, living
Yep.
together.
Yep.
How are you feeling?
Eh,
It's been 3 months since I've moved out. 3 months.
March,
April, May,
April,
June.
May. Yeah, 3
Yeah,
months.
at the
About
time
3
of
months.
recording, about
Yeah.
3 months. Yeah.
Question is, how are you feeling then if it's 3 months?
Yeah, really, really good. Actually, I'm really loving the flexibility as well. Not that I didn't get it at home, but I always mention this as well. The fact that we've moved out, there's now bills to pay, rent due, there's expenses, and there's these things. I think it's given me that extra kick and drive
Yeah.
to really pursue something and to
Yeah.
really push myself out of that comfort zone. And it's a bit stupid because it's like, oh, why couldn't you like foster that intrinsic motivation when you were at home? But
Mm,
I think, you're at the comfort of your own home, grandma's cooking you meals every single night,
yes.
life's comfortable, life is really good, your routine is you go to emerge and the whole community's there, you're very comfortable, right? So to actually just make the full switch and go to South Bank, where now we've met creatives, which we'll touch on very soon. We're a bit more central, so we can absolutely ping pong between clients and like go here and there a bit easier. The city life is really, really, I love it. I really love it. People obviously talk about when you get a bit older, you start to resent it a little bit. Like it's a bit too noisy, a bit too chaotic for you. But I think South Bank, like your dad said, is like the perfect
This is
position.
such a good
It's so
location.
good. Like
yeah.
South Melbourne Markets is down the road. We're a tram stop away from the city, pretty much. And
Literally.
we can walk to
We
the
can literally walk into
supermarket.
the city. We're not even in trams, but we can walk the dog park, Woolworths. We're close to was it Westgate Bridge?
Yes, close to Westgate.
Westgate. Like it's just so convenient, and that's why I'm like, this is just great.
100%.
Why would we go anywhere else?
Yeah, the Westgate's close in case you need a bit of an exit strategy, but
Exit strategy.
in case we're under
Exit-
control.
What the? Is this
That's
the
a good
breakup
time.
episode?
I know,
what the
literally.
freak?
No, just kidding. Sorry, that's actually not a good joke. It is Men's Mental Health Month, so please check in on your mates. Oh my god, I should not have said that. I'm just like, what is happening right now? Anyways. No,
That's a reference to Diane.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm really enjoying it.
Good.
It's definitely been an adjustment period.
Yes.
That's for sure. And you've probably called me out more times than not about it. I think what I'm starting to realize is I'm very much like my dad in terms of how I like things to be run and clean and organized. Maybe not to the extent that he is, but I don't know if you've noticed that too. Like in terms of like cleaning up the kitchen and making sure things are like in an orderly manner and
Yeah.
like helping furnish the place and everything. Like I like to be sort of in control.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no pun
absolutely.
intended. So no, it's been really nice. It's probably brought my relationship with my family a bit closer as well, even though we are sort of geographically more distant.
Yeah.
Like
You guys are still so close though.
we are.
I think
Yeah.
about my parents, like they're not even in the country right now. So
True.
you get used to it over time. And then they're like the adjustment period settles and like they also get used to it too. And then, you just make time to see them. And when you do see them, it's just a lot more quality over like quantity per se.
100%.
And yeah, you just value those moments more with them when you do have those moments. So it doesn't have to be like every day. When you do see them, it's like actually stuff to catch up about and stuff as well.
That's what I thought as well, because we obviously have not obviously. How our family would work is Mama, bless her soul, would cook like pretty much like a Chinese buffet every night.
I
Like
know, so
her
good.
food is so fire.
So yummy.
Not to say yours isn't. Like your food is also
no, but
very
her food
bomb.
is good.
But
I
when
will
it's-
never compete to Mama.
I know, but-
Unfortunately, Mama will just always have the upper hand until I become like I reckon like 50. That's when I can start leveling.
When you hit your Japanese grandma peak.
Yeah, that's when I'll probably end up becoming like full. But right now, not yet.
Yeah, I think just the monotony of it as well. You start to really not appreciate the small things as well, like showing up 7 p.m. whole families together. Unfortunately, the TV is mostly on. Brendan would have AirPods in sometimes. It's just like, yeah, those things, the disconnect, and no one's really like chatting,
Right.
talking about these sorts of things.
Yeah.
Not that it has to be deep every single conversation, but you start to really let those things slide and not
Mm,
take them for, you start to take them for granted. So actually, distancing and coming maybe once a month means that we can sort of have this like, monthly roundup, and you
yeah.
can sort of update each other on each other's lives. So that I've really enjoyed.
That's
I've really,
good.
really enjoyed that. But how have you found me moving into your life and integrating in? Would you say it's been a good experience?
No, it's been an amazing experience. No, it's good. Like I think I have had a previous experience, like a bad experience moving in with like a partner, my ex partner at the time, and did not go really well. And then this time is, obviously there was like nervousness, and there was a lot of like anxiousness around like how early it was in our relationship to do that. And I said to myself like the first time it happened, I said I'm never gonna move in with a partner unless it was like 2 years into us dating. And then I met you, and it was like it didn't that didn't make sense anymore. So it's like we needed to move in, and it made sense. So yeah, there's obviously a bit of like anxiousness around it, like concerns from like my end about it as well. But then I think once you've moved in, it's kind of just all seamlessly worked. And I think what makes it work, and especially why we are really good, is because you're also clean. You like what in aspects like you really want things clean and organized, and so that translates really well into like what I like as well, because it's like things like if it's a messy living room, I just can't really function until it's like all clean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like the fact that we both have same values around like the kitchen and stuff, like that's important. And then when we're cleaning, like you're very thorough when you clean. So that obviously helps me when I feel like, I want things to be cleaned as well. So it like grew a really good balance. And I think if anything now, like part of us now living together is like now finding a balance that's healthy for us as well. That's
Absolutely.
something that we're really like we're very hyper aware of, which is really good, and we're very much like we need to obviously make sure we space out more between the two of us, like to have solo space. But also we know that we're in a time right now where we're really building this business, and that needs our attention almost every single day.
Absolutely. And to add on that as well, I used to be in the camp where if I saw maybe one of my mates just like
Mm,
continuously hanging out with their partner all the time, you'd
yeah,
sort of like call them out and bag them and be like, what the
yeah,
fuck? Like,
right.
why don't you ever have time to hang out with us and that sort of thing? I
Mm-hmm.
feel like, sorry, I'm just watching you,
Adjusting my
we're just
legs.
adjusting your angle.
Because if I sit like this, it kind of looks a bit. I look slouchy. So then
Yeah,
if I
okay.
sit like this, it's
Yeah, you
like
gotta find the right angle. I feel like I have a little. I don't think my left side is my best side, but anyway, I'll
oh
give you the best side.
no, actually I don't mind either side.
Oh, really? Maybe we'll swap every podcast just to like
No,
keep people on their
no,
toes.
can't do
Nah,
that.
just kidding.
It's all set.
I'll just keep mewing on
My
my left
OCD.
side. Nah.
Just
Yeah, I
kidding.
used to be in that camp where I would bag a mate for
Yeah.
like being a simp basically. But now
Wow.
we're sort of
Look at you now.
now we're living that life essentially. But I think like you said, there's so many factors to it. Like
Yeah.
we're literally dating, we're living together, we are running a business together as
Yes.
well. So every single waking second of the day is probably spent with each other.
Yep. That is
Which
very true. We do
has
well.
we do well, but obviously it leads to some generational crash outs. But that's to be expected. I think,
That's normal.
yeah. On touching on the topic of like moving in together, you obviously told me about your previous experience a little bit
Mm.
after. So I was very conscious of that. But then I reflect back, and one of my ex partners kept pestering me to almost like to move in with them,
Oh.
and it never felt right. Like I felt
Mm.
whether it was me just feeling way too comfortable in my own thing,
Right.
in my own circle, in my own bubble,
Yeah.
or whether I just didn't feel like it was the right decision.
Mm.
I'm not too sure, but when we obviously met, I was like, maybe it's just that timing piece, right? Like, felt right, wanted to
Yeah.
scale, wanted to build with someone. And
Mm.
again, always talk about this, but sitting down with my parents and telling them that, dad was so supportive and said, like, do it because you're going to be building a business with someone that you love, and it
Aw.
means that you're going to actually fight for it as well.
That's
It's
true.
not like starting a business with mates where people can just sort of slack off and just expect it's like a uni group project essentially. Like that's the vibe to it. But this
Yeah.
one is literally like we're under the same roof. We have to contribute
Mhm.
to the same rent. We have to buy the same groceries together. We have to make sure that we're staying healthy together. We have to
Yeah.
interact with clients together. Like everything is together as
Yeah.
well. So there's obviously pros to that. And we'll hopefully dive into the cons
Well, we know
as
each other
well.
very well, that's for sure.
Yeah.
By now, we've picked each other's bad habits out very quickly, our good habits, our toxic traits, our non-toxic traits, all that stuff. I'd say
On top of
we
it,
know
yeah.
each other very well right now. So that's also like important too. But yeah, you're so right. Yeah.
It's one of those stages of life. Stages of life. I'm fucking 23. Lol. It's one of those things where, although like I feel like I'm 23, but I've been in multiple relationships, and I haven't been like necessarily the best partner in any of them, really.
Okay.
And obviously, that can be said vice versa with someone else as well. It's a joint partnership, so it's not always entirely like one person's fault.
Yeah.
However, I do reflect back and I'm like, yeah, I was not the greatest person to be with. So to take like almost a stepping stone each relationship and to grow as a person, that has been really beneficial.
Yeah.
Um, whether you view it as a way of like, well, he's just using like relationships as his coping mechanism because he's too insecure and like attached to being with someone is another discussion in itself. But I feel like each time I've stepped out of the relationship, it's like you've learned a little bit more about yourself.
Absolutely.
And then the most recent one is like, okay, the threshold and the respect piece is one that like immediately jumped to the forefront because I wasn't respecting myself. I didn't feel respected in that relationship. And now I feel respected and now I want to like fight for the relationship as well, which I think is like so important as well to see like night and day. And you almost have to be at a point in your life where you're ready to sort of take that next step
Yep.
and to actually not fuck around and to not have like almost that like tolerance for bullshit essentially. Like and I think like we both share that as well. Like you haven't had your best share of relationships too, and you were probably at that point, or no, you definitely were at that point where you've wanted someone who can come in and just do what we're doing
Yeah.
essentially. Yeah, for lack of better
Well, that's why
better term.
you were the one.
You were the one.
You were the one.
So
my
simpy.
little pookie. you were the one.
Yeah, bit of a tangent there for sure, but
Yeah.
and one thing as well, I feel like for the longest time, I've been like afraid to show love or like show that you care for someone, and then I was thinking about it. I was like, what? Why is that something to be like afraid of as well? Why is that something that should be looked down on? Like I've heard countless conversations where people are like, oh, that's a bit like it's a bit gay when you're like posting things with with your partner and you know showering them with love and and it's like that's not gay at all. Like it's literally the most heterosexual thing ever to show love for your for your counterpart. And I was talking to Chase actually about this. Yeah,
Okay.
we were talking about that, and it was like, well, yeah, of course I fucking love my partner.
Chase showers the person. Like if he's with someone, he makes it so known. Not just in like the way he posts, but it's like the photo, going with the camera and like taking modeling photos of them. And I just love that. I love that. Like I love that. Like I think that's the most sweetest thing to see.
We love you, Chase.
Yeah, Chase, you're the goat, G.
You're the goat, G. Damn me up.
Goat, G. Damn me up, cuh. But yeah, no, I think it's been a good adjustment period. You're 3 months in, and I think you've very much adjusted now. You know what sort of everything kind of looks like and what the routine is, and now it's just a matter of just like building up from there. And we've been doing really, really well. Like the office is now really much done. Pretty much done now.
So fucking good.
Yeah.
As soon as this came together, I feel like that's when everything has sort of been like
tied in.
Off.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then Choco's got his little spot in the middle, which he's probably out there right now, like just chilling. But he's got a spot in the middle, so it creates a nice little gap divide. The living room is like bit by bit coming together. We did get a new mirror, but I haven't even done a video for a new mirror yet, so I'm gonna do that as well this weekend maybe. We did get a new mirror, which is kind of nice. Add a little piece to the home. Now it's just like getting little decorating pieces, like your books, your pots with your fake little twigs, and make it look super minimalistic aesthetic.
I love that you've taken reign over it because it's just made it easy. I'm just sort of like, yep, that makes sense
Yeah,
to go into the living room. Like there's a criteria.
but
It's
it's
like
so
that
nice.
oak wood and
Yeah, but it's
white.
so nice when like people come over and they're like, "Oh, your place looks so nice," and I'm like, "Oh no,
I
thanks."
really do love it, and I feel like we've talked about the topic of like moving out and stuff, but people have come over and they're like, "Wow, like you're living the dream,"
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I
but
am!"
it's
Like,
not. But I'm surprised because I'm like, people are like this. This is so XC or whatever. I'm like, but it's actually not that hard to live in the city.
mm,
It really like in the city. In the city, I don't know. We don't live in the city, but in South Bank, like you're right next to the city, and the apartments are not bad at all, and it's not that expensive. Well, I mean, the situation we're in is
we've been
very
very
special.
lucky, yeah.
But if you're in that same situation, it isn't that hard. There's plenty of 3-bedroom apartments that aren't going for a terrible price,
Mm.
and we're just really lucky that we're in a good situation like
Financial
that.
situation now,
Financial
yeah,
situation now too,
yeah,
but
exactly.
also the space is big,
Look for old apartments, that's for sure. Because
older. Yeah,
nowadays the ones that are like your high rise apartments, I feel like they're just trying to cram as many
brand
rooms
new.
and
Yeah,
things as possible. So you literally, your kitchen is your living room, and then you have
yeah.
a bedroom and a bathroom.
Yeah. You know, the room that I had previous to this building, like before Lawrence and Luke, was literally half this room.
Yeah, it's
And I
insane.
literally would walk in, it would just be the bed, and that's it. And that was in the 107.
Oh,
That was in
really?
the that 107 star building.
Shit,
And I
man.
was paying the same price.
Yeah,
And I
nah.
was like, how? Why? Like, it's so small, and I'm getting no space. And the
Mm.
living room was like a third.
Nah, where we are is, yeah, we are living the
It's,
dream, but I never want that to discount from the fact that we are working so tirelessly to afford a lifestyle like this as well. And
yeah.
it's obviously assigned to someone else to do that as well because it is achievable. I feel like we
Mm,
are living proof of it as well. I saw a reel, and sometimes I'm always like, nah, check yourself. Like you need to check your privilege. Like your parents have really paved the path for you, and like yeah, in many ways they have. But
yeah.
unfortunately, that's just how life works. Like
Yeah.
that's the cards that you're dealt. Sometimes are going to be shit, but unfortunately, sometimes you're gonna have to work 10 times harder to get to a position that someone else might have to work a little bit harder for
Or less.
or less,
Yeah.
right? So, unfortunately, like we can bitch and moan and complain and everything, but you really have to like pick out what you want and go for it. And
Mm.
even I sound like someone that I would have interviewed when I was sort of doing Life with Lamb as well, but that's all they would tell me, right? Like I've interviewed that many people from different backgrounds who are in entrepreneurship, who are doing really well, and that's all they've said. Like pick your path, work hard towards it. You might have to
That's
work a
it.
little bit harder than someone else, but do you want it that bad? Like if you want it that bad, then you will make it happen.
Yeah. So true.
Like
Facts. But the equation that they say of like whatever their entrepreneurship journey, it's actually not wrong. Now that I'm like, now that we're getting, six
we're
figure
like in it.
business,
Oh wait, say that again. I just cut you
six
up.
figure business. No, but seriously though, now that we are a 6-figure business, it's like, hold on a second. Um, this actually makes sense. Like it clicks. Like whatever all the entrepreneurs say, all those the summits that we go to, the people that own businesses, the rich people, they say like, this is my top tip, blah blah blah. This is what you should do.
Yeah, and
But they're
people are like,
really
oh,
not wrong, to be honest
they
with
aren't
you.
wrong, and I think that's why America is like so good in terms of entrepreneurship and stuff because
Yeah,
everyone preaches that, right? But we're so skeptical in Australia where you're like, oh fuck, like he's gonna sell me a course, and like yeah, like of course he's gonna sell you a course, like
yeah,
that's how he makes money, right? But the principle of it is correct. You have
yeah.
to
Everything you
work
learn
hard.
from them is actually, I don't think it's actually wrong.
No, it's not wrong.
False
It's just
information. It's
I just
definitely
think
right information.
we're just so skeptical here in Australia, and unfortunately, sometimes you just have to buy into it and
Mm.
have your own spin on it.
Well,
as
it's either
well.
you buy the course and learn, or you do what we did and just start it and then just learn as you go along. And in
100%.
either way, they're both the same information. It's just one you get in an instant and one you push yourself through.
Well,
And
thinking about doing the thing is not doing the thing. Talking about doing the thing is not doing the
or
thing.
buying it doesn't mean it's actually doing the thing.
Exactly. Reading about the thing is not doing the thing.
That's true.
Doing the thing
is
doing the
the
thing. Like, we haven't like fucked up that bad that it's like, holy shit, like we're gonna
But
be
I
broke
wouldn't.
and stuff.
But to be honest with you, like, knock on wood. Knock on some wood. Hope that doesn't happen, but it's part of the journey. Like, there was a moment when we were like, what the fuck, why are we not signing any new clients at the moment? And then from there we went,
yeah, okay.
and it was
Well,
great.
to be fair, like, we speak about this, and me personally, I don't want to come across as if like we've made it or anything. That's never like
No.
what I want to sort of talk about. I think this is all just sort of in response to maybe comments that have been made, people DMing me and saying, look, you're in a high-rise apartment, like, well done, you've made it, that sort of stuff. Like, it's not about that. I think for us, or for me in particular, it's about the principle of working hard towards something that you're passionate about, that you can do to an age that even if you are ready to retire, you still fucking love it. Like, you still just show up every single day and you're like, geez, this like actually really lights me up and I want to continue doing that. That is all I would preach to this world. And
Yeah.
there's just so many people that I feel like cannot see that. And to be honest, before I met you, I feel like I was the same. I feel like I was leaning towards like, oh, maybe I do need to actually like step into corporate, start looking for that job as well. But I feel like meeting you, meeting Luke, meeting other creatives in Melbourne, and meeting like Lawrence as well,
Yeah.
I think showed me a lot about there are so many different ways that you can make money, and you just have to almost roll the dice on yourself, particularly at the age that we are, where sort of early 20s, mid 20s, sort of didn't have it figured out when we were younger, which is so fine as well. And we're seeing that with Kenai and Hazel as they grow up.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't really have it figured out. You just have to take a punt on yourself. And again, it's that working hard piece, taking a punt on yourself, and eventually you will end up in somewhere. And I think that's like the formula, really.
Well, the energy will flow in somehow. Like, I still believe in this whole energy thing, and the energy will guide you to where it's meant to be at the end of the day.
You
Like,
sound
will
like
go,
Americans, man.
You will. When I'm trying to American accent, you will go where you go.
Well, you're exactly where you're meant to be. I'm loving that quote at the moment. I really love that quote.
There's some sort of way that you have to figure out where you are and why you are there, and then moving forward to go where you are going to go.
Yeah, how do you move the 8 ball forward, right? Or how do you push that little bit further? I always love the 1.01 to the power of 365, like 1% better every day, and that compounds.
That math.
Your math is
sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry,
she's not a math girl.
Paige.
She's not a math girl. Nah, I'm not like I'm a math person, but yeah, it's just that little.
Dude, you just went 0.13 to the compound of 3, 2,
No,
4,
what?
5,
No,
and I was like,
so 1% is 0.1, but then if you have to put
Yeah.
you have to put a 1 in front of it, so then it compounds properly
What do
to
you
the
mean by
power of
compounding?
300 to the power of 365.
You lost me there. But anyway,
Okay,
the
It's the idea. It's the motion of getting better every single day. But
yes.
where did we even go? Oh, the fact that we're living in South Bank. We're building a business together. Like, it's obviously a privilege as
Yes,
well.
absolutely.
But there's definitely essence and tones of us working hard to it. So I don't want that to ever be discredited as well. And
it's all part
we're
of the
only
journey.
3 months into business. We're still yet to. I think our spectrum is like up down right now, or up down up.
Yeah.
Right. But there's still like the magnitude of it as well. So like, where is that next massive dip going to be, or that massive peak as well? Like, there's always going to be like a little wave depending on how big or small it is. Like, we're only 3 months into the journey. There are some people who are 20 years into the journey, 40 years into the journey as well. Like, we're still yet to experience like everything. So
Absolutely.
it might seem like we're speed running it, and who knows, we could reflect back on this podcast and be like, holy shit, we were chatting so much shit. Like, there's so much more to learn than whatever we were talking about right now.
Yes.
So we are very mindful of that.
We're very open. We're very
Yeah.
excited to what could come and what couldn't come, and then obviously, yeah, go from there.
100%. How has dating been? I think we've sort of touched on maybe those monthly dates and stuff, but I think recently we haven't really had a chance to maybe switch
It's
off
hard.
the.
I have a really bad habit of talking about work when it's not work, and I need to stop. But it's like in my head, it excites me. So it's like, oh my god, I gotta do this with this client and this for that client, and then do this. But I gotta stop. Sorry.
I appreciate that.
I need boundary. I need a boundary. Like I think in this room or on chat is probably a really good. It's hard because there's some moments where we do need to reply to something or do something, and so that's like breaking the rule a bit. But I need to get better at like just saying like I have to switch off, like stop talking about it. And I think if I do that, that'll help us when we're outside the house, like going for a walk or getting a coffee. We're not mentioning
Yeah,
work.
I think physically taking ourselves out of the location, or I mean a home,
Yeah.
is probably the way forward.
Like
because
on the way to a shoot, I feel like there's a good chance to not talk about work if we don't have to.
yeah, unless we're sort of like preparing the shot list,
Like talking
or
about just
whatnot.
us or
Yeah.
something else random.
I
or...
think so. Yeah. So I think that dating aspect has maybe like sort of slipped a little bit, like, but obviously within reason, right? Like the things that we're doing is obviously trying to push the needle forward, and we're aware of that. That's why we pencil in time together, time to spend with one another.
Yeah, we got monthly dates at the moment, and then we got a triple date at the end of this month, which I'm so excited for. By the way, and it would have already happened by now, wouldn't it? If we posted?
If the episodes are
But
out.
triple date would have happened, and then we haven't booked it. Oh, we're going to Cairns together.
Yes.
We should.
Oh my gosh, we
that's
should talk
time
about that.
together.
Yeah.
So yeah,
100%.
we've booked. Well, by this time, this is already probably posted, but we will have gone to Cairns with our client Ollie, buyer's agent from Inside 2, and filming a Cairns docu-series. But we've got some extra time up there to just enjoy Cairns because my parents are going to be selling the house, the family house that we've lived in for our life. And we will then, they'll move into the apartment and stuff, but it'll be the last time that you get to see the house before it gets sold, but also like Jadyn gets to see where I kind of grew up and what living for me was like.
Yeah.
And
It's funny how you're like, get to see like where I grew up. We're literally doing a full tour of Cairns, so I'm gonna see.
Yeah,
the
but you're
whole
probably
of
going to see
Cairns.
more of Cairns than I've seen, to be honest with you, because I haven't really saw it.
Yeah, literally. So it's really, really cool, and to find an opportunity like this is again putting the energy out there and working towards it.
Yeah.
And you're very good at hinting, and I think you moved the ball forward.
Oh,
quite-
100%. I pushed that.
You pushed that
so
project
much.
very, very far ahead, which was really good because
Which
it was
was
sort of like
good.
umming and ahhing, but I love that about you, and you were able to push that into actual steps leading into it.
Well, for my mind, I'm like, it's a win-win.
Mm.
If we go up there at the same time for family and we also get a shoot in, it's a win for us. Then for like our client Ollie, we love Ollie. We go up there, if he buys a house, that's like his choice. But then it's like if we get to film for that as well, then that's a win for him. That's a bunch of content we can give to him, and that's something that a buyer's agent actually I researched a lot. No buyer's agent has done like a proper video like this in Cairns. So even better, like
Such a hot pocket.
such a good jump in the gap to do. And so it's a win for everyone. So I was like, why not? Why would we not want to convince our client to do something like this? And he was already on board from it like the minute I mentioned Cairns. He's like, oh, I actually want to buy in Cairns. I was like, really? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So then, all set out. And then perfect. And then before we leave as well for our trips as well. So we've got some time in Cairns, which would be nice. Catch up with some friends. I think I want to take Jadyn to Fitzroy Island, which would be nice for a bit of drone. Maybe add in the drone footage here. A bit of drone footage that we would have done by now. Snorkeling. Maybe Jadyn would have spotted a turtle, hopefully, or not.
You manifesting it, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it
cool-
rare?
No.
Yeah.
Not rare. I'd say it's like.
Can you ride them?
What's between?
Can you ride the
What's
turtle?
between like regular and like rare? Like what's the in between? Common?
Nah, common is regular.
Yeah. So what's like the in between? Is there an in between?
No, I don't know.
It's not rare, but it's not common. You gotta look for it a little bit. But I've seen squid. I've seen squid go.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's so cool.
I want to like grab it.
Squid.
No, the turtle.
You can't grab the turtle.
Why?
You get in trouble for that.
Really?
Yeah,
I
you
want to like
can't
ride it, like like in Nemo or some shit.
You can't ride. You can't touch the animals.
Oh,
That's
okay.
not. That's illegal, unfortunately.
Okay, fair. I won't
But
do
you
that.
can definitely swim beside
Well,
it.
ideally, I would love to
Oh, the
upgrade my
sun's so
equipment.
bright. The
Do
sun's
things.
like the sun's like
Oh, you fully have, yeah.
the sun's at my face.
Yeah. Ideally, I would love to have some upgraded equipment by then.
Ooh,
I think
yeah, it would be good.
soon we'll be making a purchase, a 4 grand decision.
I know, but we'll talk about that.
We will talk about that.
Yeah, soon.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, so that's gonna be some time for us to really just spend some time together. I think
Yeah, it'd be
with my
good.
parents, but also for us as well.
Yeah.
And then yeah, we'll be going away, which I think is also important.
I think so. Yeah, I'm looking sort of ahead in terms of our timeline, and we're spending so much time together, but we're also going to be apart for a very long time.
Yes.
As well. So,
Yes.
you're first, so you can chat about
Well,
that.
I'm going to France, or Japan and France. So Japan Taiko Tour team is doing. Yeah, we're gonna be we're a guest at a festival, like a music festival, in Ambert. Ambert. I don't know how to say it, but in France, which is close to Lyon. And we'll be there for 2 weeks, which is going to be sick. So we get to meet a bunch of like artists, DJ artists, but also some folk traditional groups from all different countries and stuff, which is really exciting. I love stuff like that. It's like meeting new people and traveling, which is awesome. And Luke will be coming as well, which I'm very, very excited to.
I like yawn.
We're going to add that in the short clip. That was so fun. Thanks. You're like this.
Sorry, I didn't want it to be on the pod.
We'll be going to France so I'll be going to Japan for 4 days just to rehearse and be with the crew, fly with them straight to France, do the tour, come back, and then I'm in Japan for a week for a video shoot, a bit of modeling, which is exciting.
And you're all trim for that now?
You know, and and then just spending time with grandma, which I
Yeah.
think is really important, and just like go shopping and stuff like that. Well, no, I won't be buying much personally, but I'll get stuff for you and whatever.
Wow, thank you.
Which will be good. And then
I miss Japan, man.
I know. I miss going 7-Eleven. I can't. That's the first thing I'm gonna do every time I
Make a
get to the
7-Eleven
airport.
video.
Yeah, you're right. I
please.
should do that. I need to vlog more.
Yeah. Yeah, what happened to uploading?
Busy la.
Ah.
Nah, I need to find a better date to upload.
Yeah.
Thursdays throw me off
Yeah.
because it's like
It's
midweek.
midweek, yeah.
I think maybe I need to do like a Sunday, but like schedule it in advance.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Sundays is when
So I'm not
and then we
sitting
can
there.
compete with one another.
Please.
Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just
Also, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.
No, don't. She's very inactive.
Subscribe to mine.
She's very inactive, so don't subscribe to hers. Subscribe to me.
But yeah, and then after I come back, you leave.
Yes, I do. So I will be jet set. I'm not even jet setting. We're actually driving up. So we're driving to the Simpson Desert, which I actually need to double check where that exactly is because now people are asking. But we're going to the desert essentially, like literally in like buttfuck nowhere.
Simpson Desert.
It is.
The 10-day.
It's the dunes in Northern Territory, South Australia, and Queensland. 4th largest Australian desert.
Wait, in Queensland, so is it like intertwine into
must
the
be.
states?
It must be.
We'll put a map visual.
I'll put a
up.
map visual. So we're going there. That's so interesting.
Show me.
There.
Oh, so literally,
It's
comes
literally
into
in
each
the
state.
middle. It's in the middle
Between
of
3
Australia.
states. Between
Middle
3
right.
states.
Yeah. So we're driving up. Blake Bourne is running and trying to break the world record for running literally across the Simpson Desert in an attempt and an effort to raise money, awareness, traction for not men's mental health, just mental health, which I think is very admirable. It's something that he tried to attempt, I think, 2 years ago, but unfortunately fell short due to a few reasons. But yeah, got the call up for that, and we're sort of in the midst of planning it and everything, and it's coming by very, very soon. And I should probably start storyboarding and getting things together because I know it's going to be a massive project. But yeah, going up from the 29th of July, won't have reception all the way through to August 10. So, actually, no, I think I'll still have reception. It probably will be when we actually hit the desert because it's going to be 3 days of travel up, 3 days of running, and then 3 days back, I believe. So it's about like a nine-day trip.
Surely there'd be signal up. I feel like there would be signal up there.
We're literally in nowhere. Like Australia is
you will have signal,
inhabitable.
but it'll be really low.
Yeah, it's inhabitable there. He
Oh,
legit.
it's inhabitable there.
Yeah.
No one lives there.
The center of Australia is inhabitable.
No, the center of Australia is Uluru.
It's pretty much the center. No one's living in the desert though.
That's not true. Aboriginal people live in the desert.
Not,
No, like in
not.
Uluru area. No, I'm not trying to cause any controversy here. I'm not trying to, but there are
What
people
the
no,
hell?
but there are people definitely living in that area.
Are you trying to Google check me right now?
Okay, ready? Let's
No,
go.
you don't. We're not gonna. We're not.
Simpson
This is not part of the thing. Stop tisming.
Wait, Simpson Desert.
Stop tisming.
What is it?
Stop tisming.
No, Simpson Desert population. Very few people live there. There's still people living there.
Good on you. You want a medal?
Yes, please.
So again, talking about dating and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, it is. The desert is considered uninhabitable. Hey, look, listen. Indigenous Australians have inhabited the land for thousands of years. That's what I was trying to mention. Please don't cancel me. That's it's a good thing. I think it's great.
Of course. Well done. Shake my hand.
Dab me out, cuz.
No. Anyway.
There you go. See, guys, you're experiencing a first-hand argument. That's not an argument.
It's not an argument. It's just an unnecessary.
What the?
Unnecessary little win that you needed to have.
Absolutely, because there's no. I wouldn't say there's any sort of land where there's no one. In Australia.
This is completely off topic. Can we please realign?
My bad, guys.
Yeah,
Sorry.
please. As a podcast host, I command you to get back on topic.
I like tisming out on things.
Yeah, you do. And this is something that I forgot to mention, but we feel like someone is on the spectrum. Just a little bit.
You are too.
I think we all are, but
I'd say you ADHD.
I definitely think I have a little bit
I
of
definitely have a little of
but
autism.
yeah. Yes. Little strand of
Just a little bit.
just a little bit.
1%.
So yeah, I do apologize for saying tisming because that might be derogatory to some people. But
yeah, it's cancelled.
yeah, literally. But we may have someone who has
And you too.
a little bit. Anyway.
Are we beefing?
We're not beefing. We did have a crash out though. Are we beefing? No, we're not beefing.
What are we up to in regards to, I reckon
We're probably at 40. We've had a very big yap.
Yeah. But anyway, so the point of all that was that Jaden's going to be away for 10 days. And so that'll be a good amount of time away from each other as well. So doing our own solo thing as well, which is kind of nice. And then we come back and then I'm sure we'll be like, miss you so much. And then, yeah, back to normal.
Back to normal, yeah.
And then back to grinding.
Back to grinding.
Yeah. So that's sort of the balancing of, things that we're trying to figure out more in a relationship and also just, living with each other and working with each other and that's sort of the...
Let us know, because obviously mindful of time, do let us know what you would like to see in the future as well. We pre-record a lot of these episodes, so it might be covered a little bit later, but the idea is we want to involve you guys. We want you guys to ask us any questions. Everything's quite transparent, as you can see. We obviously talk about the desert quite a bit, but we try to be as open as possible. We're aware that we're not a final, complete product, and we probably never will be, to be honest, because we're going to be growing until the day we die. That's like the long-term vision. But like we want to be transparent. If there's a week that's shit, we're obviously going to talk about it, or if there's particular topics or controversies that we want to sort of touch on, we'll touch on it as well. So do let us know what you want to hear in the future. But until then, be sure to check out either of our Instagrams, Control Instagram, our Portfolio Instagram, our YouTubes, and also give this podcast a follow and rate it 5 stars, because it really helps us out and we want to grow. So if you want to hear anything, let us know. If you want to hear a particular guest as well, do let us know. Ooh. But until next time, we'll see you later.
Bye, guys.